Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what traits do people first notice in you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Now let me show you your crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have red cat's eye. And we have the prophetess of true power. For pile number 2, we have rose quartz. And we have the high priestess. And for pile number 3, we have red jasper. And we have the mystic of divine love. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be a pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this red cat's eye heart and the prophetess of true power, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what traits do people first notice in you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So in the card you chose, it says, I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. So that's quite interesting. This card kind of reminds me of the strength card. So let's go ahead and add more of your cards and see what shows up for you. But as I said, this is a general reading. So only take what resonates, leave the rest. And what people notice in you, in terms of like them seeing you for the first time, may not be something you agree with yourself. Like, let's say they see something within you, but you're not like that, if that makes sense. So, spirit guides of my pile number 1s. What traits do people first notice in my pile number 1s? What traits do people first notice in my pile number 1s? So we have Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. What traits do people first notice in my pile number 1s? We have the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. What's interesting, in both cards we have animals of the cat family, so you could have some kind of connection to cats. Small cats, big cats, butterflies. Okay. At the back of the deck we have the Empress of Protection. With I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. Beautiful. So now let's take a look at your tarot cards. That's from the Divine Feminine Oracle. We're now going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What traits do people first notice in my pile 1s? We have the Sun card showing up first. We have the Knight of Wands. I'm noticing a lot of fiery energies here and here in the background. Some of you could be fire signs or just give off a very fiery energy. I mean, we have the Queen of Wands here, the Sun. We have the Fool card. What traits do people first notice in my pile ones? What traits do people first notice in my pile number ones? We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Hermit. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Nine of Wands. At the back of the deck, we have the Temperance card. So my pile number ones, what traits do people first notice in you? I'm first seeing a lot of beauty, like physical beauty, physical attractiveness within this pile. And what I'm actually getting is, it's sort of like people see you with this light around you. Maybe not consciously or energetically, but you're someone with a lot of light. You shine bright, my pile number ones. I mean, look at the Sun card, how vibrant that is. Look at the Knight of Wands and all that fire. The Queen of Wands, all the candles around her. We have fire here, fire here. There's so much fire within your pile. And I feel like that's a representation of your light, my pile number ones. You have a lot of light. You know, you shine bright. And I feel like people see you as someone very inspiring. As soon as they first meet you, they see you as someone very inspiring. They see you as someone that shines brightly and does not dim your light, to fit in or for others. They see you as someone with a lot of strength, with a lot of power within. I kind of get the vibe here, even if you have an energy here where I heard like someone say, oh, but I have flaws, oh, but like this. It's kind of like when people first meet you, they don't see that. They don't see that within you. They just see the light within you. They just see the beauty within you. And I'm not just talking about physical beauty. Yes, they do. But they also see like the inner beauty within you. So the traits people first notice within you. I will say there is something here about the top cards being what people first notice within you. And then the bottom cards of like, with the tarot cards of like what people notice the more they get to know you, if that makes sense. So I guess what I'm getting with the top cards, do some of you have like fire rising signs? Because it's kind of like people see you with this first, as if this is maybe like the mask you wear to the world or the first impressions people get from you. And then when they get to know you, they see more of these cards, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing a lot of fiery energies here, especially Leo, with this card that reminded me of the Strength card and the Sun card coming out first. I'm seeing Aries and Sagittarius. I'm seeing Pisces. I'm seeing Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And also Scorpio and Aquarius. But I'm mostly seeing fire and earth. but especially fire. Fire's coming up a lot. So we also notice a cat here and the cat family here, which I spoke about before, and a dog here. So do some of you have pets? Maybe that's the first thing people notice about you. Like if you're ever walking around, walking your dog, or, someone comes to your home and they see a cat for one or two of you, or a few of you, maybe not all of you. That's what I'm really getting here. And maybe the way you treat your pets, if you do have pets, maybe you treat your pets with a lot of kindness and love. And maybe you're very giving to your pets too. Like I'm seeing someone give cat food to their cat and buy a more expensive brand for the cat. Or give a little bit more to the cat or something like that. Kind of like spoil your cat or your dog, something like that. So the first time people see you, they see you as someone very bold. Maybe you're a little bit more bold in the way that you dress. I'm getting the vibe of a little bit of seduction here. Like people seeing you is very, very seductive, but also very angelic at the same time. It's like you have this very divine presence. But the seduction is giving me a vibe of like power as well. It's like you can look, you can admire, but don't disrespect me. It gives me like that type of vibe of like what people first notice in you. And this boldness can come through in a way where you're not afraid to wear what you want, to dress the way you want, to, wear whatever makeup you want to wear, style your hair whichever way you want. I mean, even in this card, I didn't notice until later, she cut her hair a lot shorter, so it gives that vibe of like, I don't give a F. I'm going to dress the way I want to. If I feel good about myself and I feel confident within myself, I'm good. It gives that type of vibe. That people first notice within you. People notice you to be someone that loves to express yourself through creativity and through fashion and through the things surrounding you that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel confident, that make you feel like you are putting out a lot of light to the world. People see you as a very happy-go-lucky person when they first meet you. She's smiling here, she's smiling too, and the sun card is so happy. These were the first cards that came out, keep in mind. So this is like the absolute first things people notice in you, like your happy-go-luckiness. They see you as very free-spirited in some way where it's like you're just being yourself, you're just authentic to you. And I guess that's the first things people notice, like type of passion you have for life. They see you as very fierce too and powerful, like I said before. They also see you as very confident in yourself with the Queen of Wands. Very magnetic in some way and very charming too. But it's also like this type of energy of like you build others up. You inspire others. Like as soon as they first meet you, there's like this wow factor people see in you when they first meet you, and they see you as so vibrant, they see you as so colorful. What I will say though is maybe sometimes like some of you have dealt with letting go of what other people think and building your self-confidence. But I think what people really see within you is that self-confidence, is that inspiring light within you, and how you've been taking back your power from situations that took away your power, that made you feel like you couldn't put yourself out there, couldn't be yourself, or couldn't necessarily be capable and fierce, And it's like you've taken back your power by expressing yourself, by shining that light out to the world. by helping others as you build yourself up, you know? That's what people see in you. You may be someone that also likes to compliment others or could be very giving to others. I'm getting that very generous vibe from you that people notice within you. And it's like you could be seen as someone, like I said, very happy-go-lucky, where it's like you know how to make others smile or laugh or just enjoy the moment and kind of be present in the moment in that sense of enjoyment. Some may think you're very creative with the combination of the Sun and the Queen of Wands. Whether you are or not, they may just think you have that creative spark to you, and if you were to find something to put passion within that, it would really show up as a talent of yours. Even if it's not a talent of yours, it could really make you joyful in some way. Like people see you having a creative spark in some way, whether or not you are actually creative. I keep getting that people see you as someone that has a lot of passion for life, that you carry a lot of joy within you that you're able to spread to others. I'm seeing a vision of Tangled, the main character from Tangled, and when she is kind of like playing in her village, in her community, and she's braiding everyone's hair, the kids' hair, and she kind of starts to paint the floors, and it feels very like happy-go-lucky, like she's spreading that joy all around her to other human beings. And I get that vibe from you. Maybe you're very good with children, maybe you're very good with animals, or maybe you just love animals or children, or maybe you just love to spread joy wherever you go. And maybe you're that type of person that lightens up the mood within the room. Like, I'm getting, if everyone is bored within the room, you're that one person that breaks the ice, that kind of warms everyone up. You have a very warm energy, and people feel very welcomed by you when they meet you. They feel like you actually do want to get to know them, and you feel excited to talk to them and happy to talk to them. And they feel like you actually show a lot of interest in people, in like their lives and who they are. So that's what I'm getting, and that's something people really appreciate about you. People also see you as someone that is finding your inner fulfillment within you. You're not seeking that fulfillment outside of you, because maybe that's like what I'm getting of like giving away our power by seeking fulfillment and seeking joy in things externally. That's like sort of giving away our power. And I think that's something maybe you're learning, because I feel like that's something very difficult too. Like for me, even sometimes, when you're just having a bad day and you want to do something to make you feel better, but sometimes just experiencing that challenge with the Nine of Wands, experiencing that hardship with the Ten of Wands, and having that mindset of, okay, like, I'm going to give grace to myself. I'm not going to be mean to myself in this moment. I'm going to allow myself to feel whatever I need to feel right now, go within with the Hermit, rather than try to seek fulfillment externally. Then I truly find my inner peace. Then I don't need anything outside of me. Then I don't rely on anything outside of me. And yes, humanly, things can make us happy and like can bring us a lot of joy, but it's like I see you maybe thinking, I don't want to find it outside of me in a way that I'm relying on that too much. I'm smelling a beautiful scent. People may think you smell good when they first meet you. And they think that you're someone that even when you experience challenges, you're ready to take a leap of faith towards believing that another outcome can happen, towards believing that things can change. It's like people think you have this very hopeful energy where it's like, I believe things can change. I believe things can progress and get better. I believe that even though I've experienced challenges and negative moments, it's like I believe that I can look at the situation with positivity and kind of like manifest that outcome, if that makes sense. Manifest my dreams, manifest what I want in my life. So people see you as someone that looks at the world with a lot of positivity, regardless of challenges you've went through. Very much like I'm taking a leap of faith towards that. I can't guarantee and I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm going to take a leap of faith with this positivity and joy. Okay? It's like you give off this vibe where you radiate brightly and you breathe life into everything you touch. That's what people notice about you. It's like you have this warm glow in your heart, this warmth in your heart. What I'm getting here is people see you as very multidimensional. Like, I can be this and that. And what I'm really getting here, like, people just see this fiery side of you when they first meet you. But as soon as they get to know you, they really see your beautiful heart, which is why you chose the red heart, this warm heart you have towards others. But they get to see more and more of your heart the more they get to know you. And what I'm really getting here is people will see how you treat others with the 10 of Pentacles. Like, you treat others with all these fiery cards, like with a lot of warmth, and like you're excited to get to know them, and you're just very warm and welcoming. But I feel like you also treat those closest to your heart like family with the 10 of Pentacles, and you give a lot. You're very generous. That's what I'm really getting here. But people also see you as someone that, although you give off this confidence, and I think as I get into more of the messages, I'm seeing like something where some of you have experienced certain betrayals in your life, which I will get to in a moment. It's like people see you as this confident light. Sometimes they see you as someone that hasn't really experienced challenges until they get to know you, because they see you to be so optimistic that they wonder how you're so optimistic. Then they think like maybe your life is easy, but then they get to know you and then they see maybe like the challenges you went through with the 9 of Wands. And then they get to know you and they get to know that other side of you where it's like you're not only confident, but you're also very humble with the Queen of Pentacles. You're also someone very gracious and giving and nurturing. And you can also create this stability within your own life. Although you are someone very passionate and fiery and free-spirited, you're also very grounded and down to earth. And you're able to create stability within your own life by, really working hard towards your purpose, towards what it is you want to create within your lifetime, towards your dreams, your goals. And it's like you really give and put a lot of time and effort towards what you want to achieve within this lifetime. That it's not just like, oh, I'm having these dreams and I'm having so much passion, but it's like you're also going after it. You're also creating it in your reality, and you're patient as you allow that to come into your reality. So people see you when they get to know you as also like, yes, you're this fiery light, but you're also really responsible and humble, and you're able to be responsible for yourself and maybe others, take care of others in some way for some of you. But I'm also getting this vibe of like you having this very peaceful vibe. When people get to know you more, they see you as like more peaceful and a little bit more introverted into yourself. You do like to spend some time alone. So people may first sometimes see you as a little bit more extroverted, but then when they get to know you, they see that, oh, you have this very peaceful, stable, calm energy. And sometimes you like to just sit alone with your own thoughts and kind of be by yourself, especially after a long day of work, or when you're tired or you're just not in the mood to socialize. It's like you'd rather prefer to stay in your own space. So it's like people see two sides to you, which is quite interesting. Maybe some of you are Geminis. So I haven't used this deck before, and I'm reading in the guidebook about it. But what I saw with the Queen of Wands is sometimes people may perceive you to be so beautiful with this inner light you carry, and also the external beauty and attractiveness or handsomeness. I'm getting some people may be jealous of you and of the confidence they think you have within yourself and of everything they see here. It's like I'm hearing the word flawless. They see you as flawless. They see you as someone with a perfect life. But like I said, when they get to know you, they see, oh, this person's also human. So I think a little bit of like putting you on a pedestal at first. Yeah, like people might put you a little bit on a pedestal at first, where they see this beautiful butterfly and how you've transformed into this beautiful butterfly, but they didn't see the caterpillar before, and when you were in your cocoon, and how that process took, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to read it to you because I don't know these cards. I don't know the stories behind them. It's my first time using it. So just bear with me, my pile number ones. So I don't really know how to pronounce the names, but we're reading this card, the Princess of Mercy. So it says, she represents the incarnation and fulfillment of mercy. She was a Chinese princess who was believed to live during the Tang dynasty and to have been the incarnation of the goddess Kuan Yin. She was the daughter of a king who wanted her to marry a wealthy man in order to secure more wealth and power for himself. When she refused, the king sent her to live in a monastery on a secluded island off the coast of China. When the king found out that she transformed the barren island into a paradise, he got so angry that he ordered the monastery to be burned to the ground. When she saw the monastery in flames, she pricked the tip of her tongue with a hairpin and magically summoned a storm that put out the fire. The king then ordered her execution, but no blade or sword could kill her. Instead, each weapon shattered into pieces before touching her body. After several attempts, a gorgeous glowing white tiger appeared and spirited her away. The tiger took her to meet Yama, the ruler of hell. She immediately heard the suffering of souls all around her, and one by one she liberated them with the fierce power of her empathy. Yama had to send her away because she was transforming hell into heaven. He gave her the peach of longevity as a gift. She meditated for many years on the island. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I might butcher it, sorry. Putuashan. News reached her that the king was on the verge of death and that he needed eyes and arms of a person without anger in order to live. She gave him her eyes and arms. The king was revived and came to honor the person that saved his life. When he saw that his savior was her, he fell to his knees, humbled by the extent of her mercy. So when your soul selects her card, the process of empathy so clearly when she writes, empathy is the most mysterious transaction that the human soul can have. It's accessible to all of us, but when we have to give ourselves to the opportunity to identify, to plunge ourselves in a story where we see the world from the bottom up or through another's eyes or heart, empathy is mercy's twin sister. When we can feel into the reality of someone else's suffering, we open up the possibility of mercy. Mercy requires that we give something of ourselves. It can feel like a great sacrifice to be so giving towards someone who has given us nothing but suffering. Here's where the magic comes in. The law of the universe is merciful. The more we give, the more we receive. She's a reminder that giving is a true receiving. When we refuse to release our anger towards someone, we're blocking the flow of the universe within us. We are not harming the person who harmed us by remaining angry. We are keeping ourselves from receiving the love and light that is already ours. The page says 111. I felt very drawn to reading her story specifically. Now I know why. It's so beautiful. It made me tear up a little bit, like how she gave mercy to those that really betrayed her and how she turned hell into heaven. You know, that's a very powerful story, and maybe you embody that energy a little bit. Like, maybe you've been betrayed by certain people, and even the back of the deck card says the Empress of Protection. It's like you've had certain people try to dim your light or try to take away from you or try to hurt you or betray you because of who you are. You know, they were afraid of your power because they saw your true power and potential before you maybe saw it yourself. Tigers are a representation of cunning sometimes, but also power, and the lion as well. So, well, here's a lioness, I think. I don't know. You're such a giver. You're someone that gives mercy and compassion to even those that have hurt you. And what people notice about you is, yes, others have hurt you, but you don't hold a heart full of anger or resentment. It's like you've transformed yourself within your own soul to hold compassion and love for even those that have hurt you, because you understand that whatever was within them to do that came from a place of pain and suffering. Just like how she turned hell into heaven. You show the process of taking back your power. This is the first thing people notice within you. You've taken back your power from situations that have taken your power away, and you've used that sense of compassion and that feeling of you being fully divine within yourself to transform whatever pain you've experienced. And that shows even within the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. So this is your reading, my pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this Rose Quartz Heart and the High Priestess with I am one with my soul is a legacy of love, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at the first things people notice within you, the traits people notice. Okay, so let's go ahead and add your cards. Please be reminded this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Divine Feminine Oracle deck and the Light Seers Tarot. So for your pile, your energy feels so good. I'm kind of getting goosebumps if you can see. People may notice that when they first meet you, like how good your energy feels. Like your vibe just feels very good. And when I tapped into the energy, I heard the song Space Girl, I Saw a Lunar Eclipse. And that song just, I like that song a lot, but I haven't heard it in a while. So there's something very ethereal and otherworldly about you that people notice, even with the High Priestess. It's like, are you fully from here? It gives me that vibe. So spirit guides on my pile twos. What are the first things and the first traits people notice in my pile twos? So we have the Mother of Imams with love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. And we have the goddess of sanctuary with no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. And at the back of the deck, we have the goddess of devotion. So we're now going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So spirit guides on my pile number 2s. What traits are first noticed within my pile 2s? We have the 8 of Swords showing up first. We have the 4 of Wands. What traits are first noticed within my pile number 2s, please? We have the 4 of Cups. We have the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Hermit. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups. So, the traits people first notice in you, my pile number 2s. I feel a very mercurial energy here. Mercury is the planet of the mind and communication. I mean, we have a lot of swords energy here, so some of you could be Virgos, Geminis, or air signs, so Libra or Aquarius. I also see some fire energy here, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I feel a lot of air energy and Virgo energy specifically. I feel like with this pile, people see you to be someone with a brilliant mind. Very ethereal, like I said not the other day. Maybe people see you sometimes like a few days after and then says something like, oh, I said that the other day, something like that for some of you. Yeah, maybe they carry on conversations they had with you last time. There's something here about people maybe remembering conversations you've had together. It feels like maybe you're someone that has a brilliant mind. And I guess with the High Priestess card that you chose, you know, you are someone very connected to your own intuition and your own soul. It's like you've created this home within yourself, the sanctuary within yourself. But what I feel here from your cards is this vibe of like, you are so intuitive, so connected to your own intuition, but that you are also maybe someone that has such a brilliant mind, but also a brilliant intuition. So it's like you can use your logic, that rationality, your mind, but then you can also use that intuitive side of you. Maybe some of you are religious or spiritual. Maybe that's the first thing people notice in you, but I also feel like it's your mind, because I'm getting this vibe from you, like a lot of the times you look very deep in thought. You do look very deep in thought a lot of the times, and a lot of the times it's like people almost want to know what's in your mind, what's in your brain. I keep hearing that song Space Girl in the back of my mind, but it's like there is that space girl energy, that very ethereal, otherworldly energy here, but there's also an energy here of having such a brilliant mind that your mind can sometimes be an endless thought spiral, where sometimes your mind is something so brilliant that sometimes we can kind of get lost within our own mind or within our own daydreams, within that side of us. So I can relate to this a lot. I think I'm part of pile two because sometimes it's kind of reminding me of that statue, the thinker. Like sometimes when you're so intuitive or when you're so connected to your own mind, we sometimes need to find ways to ground that into the physical or to get out of our mind, because it's like you have such a brilliant mind that sometimes you can get a little bit stuck within your mind or a bit stuck within thought spirals, like being so much within your own mind that it's like I'm living within my mind, if that makes sense. So I guess this is maybe something people notice about you, like you're very deep in thought, or you look like you're daydreaming. Like maybe you're thinking about all the things you have to do, or all the responsibilities you have, or things that you're currently healing from with the hermit. I get this vibe from you, like right now, maybe you're going within a lot. I don't feel like you're maybe the most extroverted right now. I'm talking about right now. Like, I don't think you're the most extroverted. I'm seeing someone, put in earphones and run. And it's like you're kind of in your own world right now. And that's not a bad thing. I think you are in your cocoon phase right now, because I felt this energy with pile one and pile two. You do actually have very similar energies, but in different ways. But what I want to say is you are in your cocoon and you are constantly transforming and evolving. And that's maybe something people realize after they start to get to know you. Like, you've experienced a lot of stuckness within your mind because of maybe certain things you've been through in the past, and it's like you're learning to create this sense of safety within yourself, within your body, within your mind, if that makes sense. I'm hearing the song My Mind by Green Tea Ping. That song could be significant for some of you. It's really like you are in your cocoon phase right now, and like I see you maybe being more at home, being more in your own space right now, focusing on maybe the responsibilities you have, thinking of the to-do lists in your mind, thinking of the plans for the whole week. It's like I don't see you being very out there right now, but then sometimes when you do get out there to the world, people think you're very fun to be around, but I don't think they necessarily always see like what's happening behind the scenes. Like that's what I'm getting with the Eight of Swords. Um and the Ace of Swords, like they don't always see what's happening within your mind. So from their perspective, it's like, what is this person thinking about or daydreaming about? But in your mind, it's like something important to you, or it's something like you're currently transforming in. Like I said, you're currently in your cocoon, in the sacred sanctuary where you are transforming yourself. I think this is what people are noticing right now. I feel here people don't always understand what's happening behind the scenes with you. It's like I'm seeing someone want to check you on social media, for example, and they can't understand why you're not posting. Or I'm seeing certain friends, like let's say you usually go out with them, but like maybe right now you're busy planning for something or busy creating something within your own life to do with your passions with the Ace of Wands, or to do with your own inner healing journey. It's like you're going within right now. You're not being an external person right now. This is right now. You're going within. You're taking action, but you're also going within with the King of Wands and the Hermit. So now isn't like a very social time for you. So I guess it's like people are wondering where you are, like what you're doing. And I guess this is maybe like what people are noticing about you right now, specifically. Like they can't really fathom what it is you're doing. Maybe they feel a little bit bored without you with the Four of Cups, because I think people feel like you're very fun to be around, but I think because you're someone that has a lot of responsibilities or a lot going on right now, a lot on your mind and a lot to think about and do right now, we can't make time for that yet right now. I'm seeing Tiana from The Princess and the Frog when she wants to create the restaurant in honor of her father's memory. I've been channeling this message a lot lately for some reason. Tiana. And all her friends want to go out and party and have fun, but she's there. She wants to create this restaurant, so she has this goal, and she's not necessarily going to give up that goal just to have fun. So it feels like a sacrifice to, and it feels a little bit of FOMO, like I'm missing out because I want to have that fun there. But it also feels like I need to focus on what I need to build right now within my own life. So this may be like what people are currently noticing about you right now. I'm not sure why it's coming through like this, but that's what I'm seeing here. And in terms of you, I feel like you have such a brilliant mind, like I said before, that I feel people maybe see it like, and I'm seeing it like in the cards. The high priestess here, when I read her story in the guidebook, it said something along the lines of her being one with her soul, her, going within her soul, and also her going towards poetry, her being one of the first females that went towards poetry. She really connected to her soul through that creativity, through her own passion. Maybe some of you could be writers or poets, or you could have that kind of brilliant mind that would make for a good writer, or someone that took whatever was in your mind and put it into some kind of creative passion here. It's not to say you have to be a creative person, but I'm feeling like it's almost like your mind is so busy because of everything going on around you that I feel using that creative spark may allow you to get more in that flow and transfer whatever is in your mind to paper or to canvas or to something else, where it's like you're burning that fuel. And as someone that has struggled a lot with like overthinking or being in their mind a lot, because you have such a great and amazing mind, you can sometimes get a little bit stuck there or a little bit bored with your daily reality because there's so much going on. But I feel taking that and putting it towards creativity in some way, even if you're not good at anything creative, just for you, just for your own healing journey, just for that sacredness within you, for you to experience that sense of joy as you're releasing something, or as you're, like, for example, I'm seeing someone paint something, right? And let's say they've experienced some type of pain within their life, and I'm seeing them paint something to get that pain out of their mind and out of their body and transfer it onto that canvas. And even if that canvas doesn't look pretty, even if they're not talented at it, it's like, I'm using this to heal myself and to alchemize my pain and not think about this anymore, where I'm physically looking at it as if I'm Bluetoothing whatever is in my mind to this painting, and it's no longer in my mind or in my body or in my soul. Does that make sense? So I don't know if someone like here is creative, or people do see you as someone creative that heals through your pain, or if people think because you have such a brilliant mind and because you look like someone very smart and very connected to your intuition, that you'd be an amazing creative in some way. That's maybe what I'm getting. Like, maybe people notice these traits and put two and two together and kind of think, pile number two would be amazing at creativity in some way. That's what I'm really getting here. In terms of the first traits people notice within you, people see you as very wise and logical. It's not just wise and logical, but it's also intuitiveness. With the High Priestess combined with the Queen of Swords, I feel like there's something very memorable about your voice and about the words you use and about the things you say to people One, because people see you as very smart, wise, and logical, like I said, when you speak. And that's the first thing people notice about you. I'm hearing the word eloquent and mystery. Like you could give off this vibe of mystery in your personality traits to people when they first meet you. But there is also this vibe of like people looking at you and feeling like you just know the right things to say to them. Somehow you just maybe arrive at the right time. You maybe not like the right time, but like it feels sort of synchronistic in some way. Or like you say something at the right timing, or you say the right thing, but it's because you're so connected to that intuition within you and you trust it. For example, you like say something to someone and that's maybe exactly they wanted or they needed to hear in that moment. I'm seeing something like that. People also view you to be very intelligent, like I said, very perceptive. People may see you as a little bit discerning at first. Some may see it as a little bit cold or aloof at first, like when you're trying to discern who's around you, because I feel with the Eight of Swords, you're trying to not get stuck into connections that keep you stuck in a place you don't want to be, if that makes sense. So I feel like people may see you as a little bit discerning before and a little bit direct. I don't want to use the word forward, but it's not in a bad way. It's like you're just very truthful. You say what's on your mind, you know? And it's kind of like you're yourself in that moment. I feel like people see you as you're being your authentic self, because a lot of the times what people notice is in the world, a lot of people try to act a certain way to society standards of who we need to be. It's like what I've noticed in reality is they put us in they put us in these masks of who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to act like. We're all supposed to be similar and act the same. But it's not like that. We all have unique personalities where we're not all meant to be the same. But often you'll get maybe a person that says what's on their mind or doesn't act how society wants them to act. And then it's like, it's considered different in some way, but it's not really different. It's just them being themselves. You know what I mean? And I feel like people maybe notice you are being yourself in the world and you're not afraid to be yourself and say what's truly on your mind. And I think people see you as honest in that sense because it's like you're not pretending to be someone you're not. You're very authentic to yourself and your own truth. And like I said, you're not pretending to be someone you're not, which is something people really appreciate about you, because with the Four of Cups, I get this vibe of like, it's sometimes boring to be around people, like from other people's perspectives, that just try to fit in or try to be something they're not. It's like they're trying too hard. You get what I mean? But you're not. You're just being yourself. You're very graceful, an amazing communicator with a lot of integrity, and people think you're someone that makes really good decisions, where you're able to follow your logical mind, but also follow what your intuition and what your heart and what your passion is telling you. You may go within and think about a decision very in-depthly before you make that decision, and that's something people notice. I'm getting that people think that you're someone that is going through your healing journey right now with the Hermit, and you're going within and getting a lot of realizations. And when I look at the stairs of going within our mind, it's like looking through memories and shining a light on them and healing those memories, getting clarity on that to be able to move forward from wherever we once felt stuck. Though, like I said, because your mind is so great, just be careful to not get stuck into a sense of overanalyzing or getting stuck within your mind. So I think for your pile, I know I'm going off topic, but it would be good to do things that get you into your body, that allow you to use passion to get whatever is in your mind out. Like, I'm seeing someone here maybe sing what's on their mind. to get it out and not just keep it inside, if that makes sense. People notice you to have like this genius quality to you, a very good memory or thoughts, like high consciousness. You're very smart, and like when you say things, it just shocks people because it's so brilliant. I feel like people see you as someone also with many great ideas in whatever it is you do. Like you have many great ideas. With the Four of Cups, I definitely feel like sometimes people may think you can get bored a little bit easy, but I think you need that mental stimulation from people. Like I feel like you're maybe someone that likes to have deeper conversations or conversations that stimulate your mind in some way or that bring you a sense of passion that feel like you're really connecting to a person on a heart to heart level. Because I feel like sometimes people see you as a little bit aloof, but I don't think you are. I think you just need people to connect with that do stimulate your mind and do um get you and see you on a level where it's like you two are talking about things you're both passionate about, and that it feels like a heart to heart conversation. Because I feel like people see you a little bit as a person that doesn't like small talk or doesn't see a need for that, or a need for conversations that are a little bit pointless, like the weather. Like you want to talk about maybe more deep things, or things that are actually on your mind, or things that feel your heart wants to speak about this, or you're passionate about it, or you just want to have a deep conversation and get to know another person's mind. But a lot of people just talk to say things. They're not speaking from their heart. And I feel like because you're so intuitive, you can sense that. And because of that, like if you are quiet in those moments, it's not because you don't want to speak to them, it's because maybe you want more deeper conversation. So that's my take on it and like what I see here. But I also feel like because you are creating stability within your own life, it can sometimes feel a little bit boring, because it's like I said right now, maybe you're trying to create stability for yourself, or maybe you're focusing on a project right now, or your own healing journey, your own internal journey, or something that you're passionate about creating within your own life. So it kind of feels like you're more to yourself right now. So I think when you are out and about, you can be a lot of fun to be around with the Four of Wands when you do feel like going out. Because one thing I feel with you is because you are so intuitive and because you are so connected to your intuition, do you know that thing called like empathic fatigue, where it's like we're so empathic towards others that we become fatigued? So I feel like maybe recently you have been a little bit more to yourself, a little bit more in your own cocoon, because I feel like sometimes because you're so intuitive, people can be a little bit draining. And I think people see you as like this very fun person, but it's like you only come out sometimes, and it's not like all the time that you're with them, if that makes sense. But it's like when you do come out, you are a lot of fun. But when you're not there, there is like this air of mystery surrounding you where no one knows what you're necessarily up to or what you're doing. Maybe you're someone that doesn't tell people your plans until it comes into fruition. You're learning to feel gratitude for what you do already have. But I also feel like because energetically being out in public or crowded areas can be very draining for you, I think you also don't really get out much. And maybe you're just someone that's so spiritual and so intuitive that maybe sometimes it feels like it's hard to relate to people like now in the world. Because as I said, you're being your authentic self in the world, but it's like a lot of people carry this mask around them and they're afraid to be their true self. So it's sometimes hard to connect with that version of them when you can see that. I feel like you want to get a little bit deeper with people than just the surface level. But I also feel like people see you as a lot of fun to be around, very fiery, very passionate when you do get out, and you are able to have fun and bring that kind of like warmth to wherever you go. Bring that fun out towards wherever you go. People see you to have natural born leadership qualities within you and a lot of strength within you, because it's like people don't necessarily know what you've been through, but maybe they can see you're healing from something, but they assume you to have a lot of strength within and to be someone that has a visionary quality to you. You may not always tell people or show people what your vision is or what's in your mind, but when you create that vision to become a reality, it's something that can create a lot of success within your life. People see you as timeless, where it's like whatever you put your mind to and whatever you put your heart and your passion to, you can create and create some kind of trend with that. It's like it comes from your intuition. It comes from this limitless space where you're connecting to your own intuition and your own mind. That it's like the universe plants a seed in your mind for you to create an idea to come to life. And then others see that idea as, whoa, that's so visionary. And it is. It is. Like you have a lot of that powerful energy within you that people notice. What I'm also getting here is people may sometimes misunderstand you, but then they feel your energy and the energy feels good. Like I keep getting goosebumps in your energy. And I feel like, when people really get to know you and get to have a place in your heart, they start to see you as someone that creates a sanctuary for others, creates this space of hominess for others. Like your energy feels very comforting and homey, and that you're very devoted towards those you love. I feel like this is something people see when they start to get to know you deeper. Like, oh, this person is not just someone that's fun to party with and have fun with. There's someone that is a really good friend. There's someone that is really loyal and fierce and strong and very protective over those they love. They're very nurturing. They're not just someone with an amazing mind and this great communication. They're also very much like having this big heart and very loyal and nurturing. But I think because you're very discerning of who you invite into your heart, they may not always see that at first. So it's like they see how devoted you are and how generous you are and how grateful you are for those that are in your life and for whatever it is you do have in your life. It feels like your soul is just full of love. And I feel like that's, like I said, something people notice as they get to know you. So this is where I'm going to end off your reading. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this Red Jasper crystal and the Mystic of Divine Love with Love is divine and I am nothing except love, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what traits do people first notice in you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So let's go ahead and add your cards. We're going to be using the Divine Feminine Oracle deck and the Light Seers Tarot. Straight away as I get into your reading, I'm feeling a lot of a sacral chakra energy, a sacral chakra healing and release, but I also feel your energy feels very good and high vibrational. So maybe people feel like your energy feels very good and loving, and maybe that's the first thing they notice. So let's see your cards and what they say. So, spirit guides on my pile number threes. What traits do people notice in them? We have the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. So that's interesting because I've noticed that this has come up in all three piles, like this authentic nature. So that's very cool. We have the Goddess of Light with, we are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. And at the back of the deck, we have Joy Permeated Mother. I'm also hearing a plane go by as I'm getting into your reading. So, a few of you may travel a lot, or may look like you travel a lot, or may look like you want to travel the world, or some of you may have moved from a different country to here, or something along those lines. Or maybe some of you travel for work, for your career, or your spouse does. Something about that's coming through. Because I feel like maybe some of you are mothers or fathers, since we had the mother card at the back of the deck. Take it as it resonates. This is a general reading. Whereas for those of you that aren't traveling, I feel this energy of movement. You've created movement within your own life where you've gone from point A to point B, and you show a lot of inspirational energy in the way that you've done that, whether it is with your goals. Like, let's say you had a goal and you really fulfilled it and achieved it, or let's say it's within your career, you create a lot of movement there, or within, like, maybe some of your mothers or fathers. And it's like, maybe you have, I lost my train of thought, sorry. Maybe you have created success within your children. There's a car making noise outside, so I'm having trouble concentrating. I have ADHD, sorry about that. We have the Fool. So there's something about you creating success within something you took a leap of faith within. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. We have the Ace of Swords. Some of you may actually relate to pile 2 because pile 2 had this authentic energy, the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So I definitely think watching pile 2 could have a lot of messages that resonate. Though I think this reading will go in a different direction. So spirit guides on my pile 3s. Your cards are just coming out very quick. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I think people notice things about you very quickly. We have the Page of Pentacles. Let's just do this. I'm getting self-expression. Like you like to express yourself through clothing, through hairstyles, through the things you wear, through makeup, for my women, or those that do wear makeup, or self-expression through different things that make you happy. It doesn't necessarily have to be something so deep. But like I'm seeing someone, for example, at a party and you're like dancing and you don't give a F, you're just being your authentic self. Or I'm seeing someone like wear a hairstyle where it just feels like it makes them feel good in that day. You know, like that type of self-expression. Or I'm seeing someone wear fashion and like change up their aesthetics a lot, or something along those lines, or express their mood through fashion or something like that. I get people really notice your clothing style and what you're wearing and the way that you look first. Of course, that's a normal thing, but like for you, I feel that happens a lot. Like for your pile, I feel it happens a lot where that's the thing people notice the most first. Where they really like your outfit or your style or your aesthetic, the way that you're dressed. We have the Lovers at the back of the deck. So if you're in any significant romantic connections, people could notice that and like the love you give to each other. If not, that's okay. But maybe for some here. The spirit guides of pile 3. What traits do people first notice in them? We have the Ace of Wands. This also came out in pile number 2. What traits do people first notice in them? We have the Ten of Cups. I just heard big eyes for someone here. I wasn't going to do physical traits, but okay, we have the Tower. And at the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. Quick question, does someone's back hurt here? Like, I don't know if I'm feeling someone's back pain. Like I said, this is a general reading. There are so many of you watching, so only take what resonates. So the traits people first notice in you. I noticed a lot of distractions while doing your reading. Like while I was speaking, something kept distracting me, like noise from outside, or at one point, my boyfriend came in the room because someone was at the door. Like there was just a lot of distractions. I get that vibe with you, like you're maybe a very talkative person. Like when people first meet you, they notice you're very talkative, you're very great at communicating. But your communication comes through in a way where it feels like there's a lot of light coming through when you speak. And it feels like you have a lot of healing energy within your aura. Maybe people don't physically say healing energy, but your energy feels just very good. Like the best way I can describe it is your energy is coming from a place of divine love. Huge divine love, and because of this, I feel you have a lot of healing energy. The best way I can describe this is when a mother figure plays with your hair and you start to get goosebumps because they're doing it out of love, or someone starts like tickling your back and you start to get goosebumps and it feels so good. Like that's the best way I can describe this feeling that people get when they're around you. They just start to instantly feel this vibration of love and appreciation for everything. And when you speak, it feels like your voice gives off a lot of light and love. It feels like you're really, really speaking from a place of love and from a place of you being your authentic self. I feel when people first meet you, they feel you're very comfortable within yourself. Even if you don't feel so yourself, this is maybe what they see. They feel like you're very comfortable with being yourself. They feel like you're very free within that, where it's like you can be yourself at all times. You can express yourself through things you want to wear, through things you want to do, through things you want to say. And there's this energy of limitless possibilities and this kind of energy of like, it's not like I don't give a F. It is in some way, but it's also this energy of like an inner confidence that is very soft. It's not like a loud confidence people see. Because I've seen some people like where they have this loud confidence, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing. They're probably in a stage of building themselves up and building their confidence up. But your confidence comes through very quiet. Like, I know who I am, this is who I am. And if you don't like me, it's not like, oh, I don't care, like I don't give a F. It's more like if you don't like me, that's okay, because there are a lot of people that don't like other people. I don't like other people too. But I'm not going to necessarily force something. I wish you find someone you actually like and love. It comes through very gentle, like, I will find people that do like me. If you don't like me, that's okay. It comes through like you're not taking it personal. Does that make sense? Like you're not taking it personal. You wish love for everyone and you wish everyone finds the love and finds, whoever is meant to click with them in that way. So people see you as very free in that sense, where it's like people see you as maybe someone that doesn't necessarily overthink what you're going to say next, or overthink if people like you, or overthink if people get you. It's like, I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to speak to them and, let's see where this goes. No expectations. People see you as a little bit charismatic and free-spirited when they first meet you. That's the first things they notice about you. See you as someone that speaks with truth. You're not someone that lies. You're very honest. I got goosebumps when I say that. Like, your energy just feels very good. I feel like people see you as very self-aware, but in a good way. In a way where it doesn't feel overthinking. With the Fool card, I feel like you're very much like taking leaps of faith towards your ideas as well. And towards what's on your mind. So the type of vibe I get here is like I'm seeing you say certain things that are on your mind, but it's not like you necessarily think before saying, and it's not like, okay, I'm thinking before saying it. How do I put this in words? It's not necessarily like you're saying anything hurtful, don't get me wrong. It's more so like, okay, I'm saying something that's on my mind and people are looking at me and they're starting to like laugh or giggle a little bit because they didn't expect me to say that, but I said what everyone was thinking. Does that make sense? It feels very much like that, but not in a rude way. It feels very loving. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it. Or you might just say certain things that are on your mind without thinking about like how it's going to be received or what people are going to say about it or think about it. You're just being yourself, and that is the first thing people notice about you. And I think that's something people really admire about you, because you're just being your authentic self in all situations and in all circumstances. What I'm really getting here is people think you're very charismatic. You know the right things to say to people to get them to open up in a way where it really opens up their authentic self and their heart. I feel like you know how to get people out of their shell. You know how to say things to people to get them out of their shell and to get them talking about themselves and about the things that they're passionate about and about the things that they love, about who they truly are on a soul level, where it's like you don't have to pretend or feel shy or feel like you have to be in your shell with me. So what I'm really getting here is because you're someone that is very direct and you know how to communicate with people in a very much like leadership way where you can get people to open up and feel safe and comfortable. It's like people think you're someone that really wants to learn about others, like you have an intrigue about others where it's like, I want to know who you are and I want to see you be free in front of me, where it feels like you can be yourself and you don't have to necessarily hide. So I'm really getting that energy, like people feel you get them out of their shell in a way where they don't necessarily feel that with other people. So I think you have a certain gift of getting people out of their shell, getting people to kind of be a little bit more courageous and bold and do something they wouldn't normally do. Like, for example, I'm seeing someone here, and let's say you are at a place. This example doesn't have to resonate, but I'm just explaining the energy. And, everyone is very like bored and uptight. And you say something funny that makes everyone laugh, and then everyone lightens up. And the mood in the room just lightens up. You know how to lighten up the mood in the room to make everyone feel more free and more like they're just being themselves, if that makes sense. People see you as very direct, but also with a lot of integrity and honesty, and very wise and logical too, but also very much connected to your own heart and your own connection to this divine love. People feel you're very loving in the way that you interact and communicate with people. It seems like you really care. You have a very generous heart too. And I think people want to understand you deeper. Where it's like they want to understand who you are when they get to know you. It's not like pile number 2 where it was like mysterious. It's more so like Spirit is showing me the best way to describe this is, in movies when a superhero comes by and they save the day and they're like, who are they? Like, they're so great. Like, that's what I want to say here. I also feel like you have great ideas that you use your passions to turn into success with the Ace of Wands, or you could do that if you wanted to. Because I feel even if you don't know everything about that particular thing you want to bring into fruition or create into your reality, with the Page of Pentacles, people see you as a person that is open to learning, that is open to growing and gaining more information as you go along your journey to creating that and bringing that into fruition, that idea. Because I feel like people see you as someone that can create a lot of success from your ideas and from this energy you have where you're able to really slowly move towards something and patiently move towards something where it doesn't matter how long it takes to learn about this and to understand what this is, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to create this passionate idea into a reality and transform this idea and transform it into something where my wish is coming true with the Nine of Cups at the back of the deck. So people may perceive you to be sort of like the magician where you create your reality and you create your wishes to come true. I feel like you weren't always so sure of who you were or so much in your authentic self. I feel like with the Tower here, you've experienced chaos. Chaos that somehow transformed you with the butterflies on the cards. It shook your whole world to the core where it felt like you were very unbalanced. But after this chaos, it transformed you and it showed you that even in the darkest moments, even in the chaotic moments, we will always find the light. We will always find the light within that darkness and the healing through that and the transformation through that and gain a different perspective from that. I'm hearing that song, I'm a Survivor. So it's like people see you as someone very strong when they get to know you deeper. They see you as very strong where you haven't just experienced a happy life where all your wishes are coming true. It's taken a lot of work to get there. And maybe you're still on the journey to creating your wishes into your reality. And maybe you're still on the journey of becoming more free within being your authentic self. But I feel like the sense of chaos maybe pulled the rug beneath your feet and challenged your perspectives on life and challenged maybe this feeling of like a journey of self-discovery where you started to get to know yourself deeper. And it was a very unpredictable shift within your life, but I feel this brought a journey of self-discovery where you were starting to understand yourself and move towards your own light. And I feel like you reflect that to others. You reflect that love back to others, that transformative experience back to others. I mean, with the Ten of Cups, when people really get to know you, they see your beautiful heart and they see I'm hearing like you are the glue that holds people together, like within your family, within people you love. It's like you're that glue and that foundation. That's what I'm really getting from this Ten of Cups. Because people start to really see how caring you are, how family orientated you are, how devoted you are to those you love, how, you really want to take care and nurture those around you, but also yourself, building more self-love within yourself so that you can overflow onto others and really have those harmonic connections with around you. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number threes. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!